Hi everyone, hope you're all doing really well. I am so excited to share this video with you guys. When I was looking to plan my IKEA Pax wardrobe, I went on the hunt for this type of video and I really couldn't find anything out there apart from others showing you what they got. So I thought I'd share with you guys how I plan my IKEA wardrobe before I do my big reveal. I know it's been a long time coming and it has taken us a bit of a while just because we're doing a really bespoke type of wardrobe where we have already put up the wardrobe but we're putting some shelves and things around it so that it will look like a complete wall of wardrobes. I have taken my time and I just want to get it completely right, but I thought I'd share this video with you guys just because I did really learn so much throughout the process of just putting my IKEA Pax wardrobe together and just planning everything around it. And I thought I'd give you a little insight on what you guys can look out for if you're thinking of planning an IKEA wardrobe, and also just in terms of how I planned it and how I made it work for me. I just wanted to give you a quick run through of the things that I really found useful and just some things to know in terms of the sizing and how many drawers and doors, etc., that you might be looking at. I just wanted to give you a run through because I really didn't have any idea, and whilst I was planning my wardrobe it was during lockdown, so I wasn't really able to go into store to visit and just check it out. So I'm really happy with the results, but it took me a long time coming and just to plan it as well. So I thought I'd just share with you guys how I did it and hopefully this is helpful to someone. So before I planned my Pax wardrobe, one of the most important things that I ever did was write down exactly what I wanted in the wardrobe. So the room that we're in at the moment, the master, it currently held some of my clothes and my husband's clothes, but we were going to basically change the whole setup so that the whole lot of the wardrobes in the room were just mine. I think it's really important to plan what you're going to put in your wardrobe because this will really help you in terms of what you actually need inside your wardrobe. It's all well and good getting the carcass, but I think it's really important to just be mindful of what you want to put in and how you're used to and what works for you. You know, rails don't always work for everyone, shelves might work better, or drawers. So I think it's just important just to write a list of all the things that you want to store in your wardrobe, because this is going to really help you in terms of planning and not missing out something that you were looking to store in your wardrobe that you've completely missed. This was such a great way just to understand what I wanted to keep in my wardrobe and to be able to plan and design it in a way that worked for me. I predominantly wanted to store most of my work stuff into my wardrobe, and so I wrote a list down of things that I was planning to store in it, and also I wrote a list down on how I wanted them to be stored. I'm very much a type of person who does like drawers. I do like things to be hung as well, but I also don't like a lot of clutter, so I tend to work with drawers a lot more just because they do hide stuff away. And I also love just like folding little jumpers and tops together and just making sure that everything looks really lovely. So I wrote a list down of all the items that I wanted to store and all the little accessory bits that I wanted to store as well. Another thing that really helped me was just to understand how I got ready in the morning and what I would need when I was getting ready. So when I was planning my workwear, I also took into account if I was going to be using a belt or a scarf or some jewelry, and so I wanted to plan my wardrobe so that it all sort of worked and everything was all in one place. So it was really important for me to write down not only just the clothing but also the accessories, because they formed part of my workwear and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't forget or leave anything out. So now that I had a list in mind of what I wanted to put in my wardrobe, it was just really easy to then plan my wardrobe in terms of how many railings that I needed, how many drawers that I needed, and just to ensure that everything that I had planned to put in the wardrobe had a place. I did actually play around with this list quite a lot, and I recommend that you guys do as well. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, the drawers worked for me, and so it was really important actually on the left hand side to have all my workwear stuff. So I managed to put my dresses as well as my jumpers, shirts, trousers, all for workwear on the left hand side, so that they were all stored in that drawer and they were just readily available. This is one of the first things that I did when I was planning my wardrobe. I first measured the wall that I was planning to have my wardrobe on, and I also just made sure that I had all the right measurements so that I could actually just look into what was the right fit for me. I did look at other planners, so I looked at Sharp's wardrobes and also Hammond's, and I did actually get a quote during lockdown from both of those companies, and I also went out and got designs. I think it's really good as a first off to just go and look and see what other companies have out there. I think it's really important just to see the quality and just to see like different designs that might work for you. I always think that it's good to just get other people's know-how, especially from the experts like Hammond's and Sharp, because they will actually design the wardrobe for you, tailoring it to what is suitable for you as well. So what I did is I actually had in mind what I wanted. I've only got one wall, so it's really easy to kind of just get a makeshift wardrobe from IKEA. I think if I was dealing with like an attic room or something like that, then I probably would have to go for a more bespoke unit. But because I was only dealing with a wall, it was really easy just to go with IKEA, not just based on the cost but also just based on the design. So once I had seen the design come back from Sharp's and also from Hammond's, I kind of knew what I wanted, but both of them wasn't really right. So there were things on there that were missing or things that I thought weren't important, but then I thought if I'm spending all that money, I want to just make it the best thing that would work for me. And so I think with IKEA it was so great because you can actually just plan and design your own wardrobe yourself, and you can adjust it as many times as you like. It's a completely free tool. You can even use it even if you're not going to buy a Pax wardrobe. So the second thing that I did was I downloaded the IKEA. The second thing that I did was I actually played around on the IKEA Pax Wardrobe, and it's so easy to use. As I said, you can make as many designs as you want to. You put your wall size on the app, so whatever wardrobe it makes, it will make to your room size, and it just really makes everything 3D and look like, you know, how your room would look. Just by seeing what IKEA could do for me, I was able to then make my decision on not going with Hammond's and Sharp. And again, I was able to calculate on my own price as well, because with IKEA you get so many different alternatives. You get so many different door types. You can have no doors as well. You also get so many different drawer types. You get different shelves, including glass shelves or just a simple design. So you can just pick whatever suits you and whatever price fits your price range as well. So I think that's such a great idea. When you play around with the online wardrobe planner, it's really easy. At first it does take a little bit of getting used to to design it, but once you've got the hang of it, it's really easy to do. And what I love about IKEA as well is that they actually offer 2 types of units. So they offer the standard range, which is 200 centimeters, or you can go for a really tall range, which is 236 centimeters. And what I like about that is that you can actually have your wardrobe really close to your wall. So at the moment in my wardrobe, I actually went for a 236 centimeter tall wardrobe, but actually it is leaving a gap from the wall, so I will have to panel that up to make it more bespoke. But I love that because I was able to actually close the gap from the wall to the wardrobe. And if you haven't had fitted wardrobes before, that is something that I think is so important and I really like. So in all the other rooms in our house, we've actually got fitted wardrobes done, and this time round I didn't really want to spend a lot of money just because I had like such a good working wall to work with, just because it was so easy to design the IKEA wardrobe as well, and I was able to get everything that I wanted. I'm going to take you through a few other tips that I found along the way that I think will help you guys, and I will be revealing my IKEA wardrobe very soon, so do remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you would like to see the big unveil. The IKEA Pax planner is available on their website and it's under the wardrobe section. I've just measured the room so that the frames are all sort of like measured to my room size, and I'm just adding in the carcasses. I've gone for the 236 centimeter carcasses, which are the tallest that they have, and I'm also opting for doors with my units. So with this type of unit you can go without doors, you can also go just with the sliding doors, but I've gone for the hinge doors with handles. And as I said to you, it's really easy just to plan this. It gives you the costings at the top, which I absolutely love, so you can go back and adjust to whatever you prefer. I went for a really tall unit, and one of the questions that I had was how tall would the rail need to be for me to reach it. And one thing that I learned was if you put a shelf right at the top, as I'm doing here, it actually helps in terms of you being able to add a rail so that it's reachable. If you add a rail right at the top, you won't be able to reach it because the unit is actually really tall. However, adding a shelf right at the top for storage and then adding a rail underneath actually solves that problem. Another problem that I had was trying to work out the maximum amount of drawers that I could have at the bottom of my wardrobe without really infringing on the clothes rail space, and this was something that I just could not find anywhere. There was just no answers to this question, and it was just really difficult to try and find this out, but I managed to actually work it out. So at the bottom of my drawer, because I've got hinge doors, I can only have a sliding drawer or a wired basket. So I didn't really like the wired basket, but I got one because I thought it'd be perfect to fit in my gym clothes and then also my hair accessories. And then I got a sliding drawer at the bottom of the left hand side unit because I thought it would be perfect for my ballet pumps. And then above that, I thought I would get 3 to 4 drawers, which would be perfect for me and would actually suit in terms of all of the items that I wanted to put into my drawers. I also managed to pick up a jewelry drawer as well as another sliding drawer for all of my like belts and scarves, and it was just perfect. So if you ever come up against this problem, just remember that you can have 3 drawers as well as the bottom drawer, which could be a sliding or a pull-out or a wire basket, as well as a jewelry or a belt accessories drawer, and then have a glass shelf on top. Another thing that I would definitely recommend going through is the pre-made IKEA Pax wardrobes, because they are so much more cheaper and they are already designed for you. I wasn't able to do that because the size of my room and the wardrobes that I needed, so I needed to make something a little bit more bespoke that would fit perfectly, but I would highly recommend that. Another thing that I learned was that you can actually get these types of clothes wells, which are only £10, and it's for people that don't have a lot of like hanging clothes and have a small shelf, and it just looks a lot more aesthetically pleasing. I couldn't really go for that look because I've got too many dresses and too many tops to hang onto my wardrobe, but it's an idea out there for you guys. What I absolutely also loved was just looking at all the little storage ideas that you could have. So the top shelf of my wardrobe, I'm going to be putting a storage clothing tray. I think it was only £10 each from what I bought before, but you can go for any other types of organizers. There's so many out there, and you can store whatever you wish on the top of your wardrobe. It's completely up to you. I also loved all these little drawer organizers as well. It just keeps everything really organized and just really neat and tidy. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this video and you can take these tips away and really just help you in terms of designing your own IKEA Pax wardrobe. Please let me know if you've got any questions in the comments below. I really do hope that you enjoy building and planning your IKEA Pax wardrobe. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can get a reminder as soon as I upload. Thank you so much for watching.